Hello, my name is Koskaraev E. Today I will tell you about a famous Austrian composer. Do you know who he is? Yes, he is Mozart, one of the most popular classical composers. Mozart is one of the most famous melodies. Its melody combines the feature of Austrian and German folk songs with the melodies of the Italian canline. Despite the fact that his works are distinguished by poetry and subtle grace, they often contain melodies of a courage nature with great dramatic pathos and contrasting elements. Unlike many composers of the 18th century, Mozart not only worked in all musical forms of his time, but also achieved great success in them. The uniqueness of his work lies in the fact that he not only wrote in all forms and genres that existed in his era, but also left works of enduring significance in each of them. Mozart's music reveals many connections with different national cultures. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born on January 26, 1756 in Salzburg. His father, Leopold Mozart, was a violinist and composer. Mother, Anna Maria Mozart, daughter of the Communications. Of the 7 children from Mozart's marriage, only 2 survive: daughter Maria Anna and the son Wolfgang Mozart. The father was a bass teacher and educator for his son. He gave his children an excellent education at home. They never went to school in their lives. Mozart's interest in music was noticed by his father at a young age. First he listened intently to the sound of musical instruments. At the age of 4 his father began to learn small pieces and music with him on the harpsichord. Almost immediately Wolfgang learned to play them well. Soon he had a desire for independent creativity. At the age of 5 he composed small plays, which his father wrote down on paper. Wolfgang's earliest compositions were Andante in C major and Allegro in C major for clavier, which were composed between the end of January and April 1761. Mozart also went down in history as a music teacher, although by his own conviction he was not a teacher by vocation. Mozart often complained about these piano lessons took up a lot of his time, and going to lessons was tiring and sometimes even humiliating. Mozart attached particular importance to opera. His operas represent a whole era in the development of this kind of musical art. Along with Christoph Gluck, he was one of the reformers of the opera genre, having made a significant contribution to it, but unlike him, Mozart considered music to be the basis of opera. The most popular were these operas: The Marriage of Figaro, Don Giovanni, and The Magic Flute. Figaro's Wedding, written in 6 weeks in 1786, is an example of a surprisingly fast-paced work which, though written quickly, is characterized by impeccable, boundless admiration for its musical characteristics. Mozart paid much attention to symphonic music due to the fact that throughout his life he worked in parallel on operas and symphonies. His instrumental music is distinguished by the melodiousness of an opera aria and a dramatic conflict. The most popular were the last three symphonies, number 39, number 40, and number 41. Mozart also became one of the greatest of the classical concert genre. The thematic catalogue of Mozart's works was compiled in 1862 by Kochel. According to Kochel's reckoning, Mozart wrote 68 spiritual works, 23 works for theatre, 22 sonatas for harpsichord, 45 sonatas and variations for violin and harpsichord, 32 string quartets, about 50 symphonies, a total of 626 works. Thanks for attention.